Well, everything's mass chaos right now. We bring you in here and show you what we've been doing and what we're about to do. All right, so we've been working on these panels. These are the rear quarter panels. They're up here laying on top of the car just so they don't get stepped on. They're out of the way. Got to remember, this car is going to be a ratty rod, and it doesn't matter if you scuff the paint somewhere. It's not a big deal. So I got them sitting up there. They're out of the way. Now, let's come down and look at the down here where the panels are going to go. We have started treating with the Pour 15. This side was done last night. It is all cured up and dry. We did in here, you can see where I did some repairs on those holes. We covered them with fiberglass so that it's not, when we're going down the road, it's not slinging mud and dirt through the fender well. Hopefully, try to stop some of it anyway. And we're going to have to do something right here because supposedly right here there is an extension that covers this and around this corner to keep dirt and stuff from getting thrown in there. But we're going to have to do something about that after we get the quarter panel on, I'm thinking. Don't know if I'm going to use fiberglass. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do. But you can also see right along here, we've already started grinding off paint so that we can weld that top seam. And let's get down here. You can see right here, we had to cut that loose. I'm going to have to do something on this section right here. I hadn't decided exactly what I'm going to do. If I'm going to drill a bunch of holes and do some plug welding, that might be what I do to get the drop panel hooked back to the trunk. And speaking of drop panels, let's go find it and I'll show it to you and we'll take a look at it. All right, so this is the passenger side drop panel. I had my grandson with me yesterday over here, and he was helping me by sanding on it. I was put a little palm sander in his hand and started showing him how to use it, and let him skin it up so that some primer and paint would stick to it. Of course, I will have to go back in on this top edge right here and probably remove some paint so we can weld it to the car. And something down along this bottom edge. Don't know exactly, like I said, I haven't decided exactly how we're going to reattach some of this stuff to the car because some of it's not worthy of welding and some of it is. So here in the next couple of minutes, that's what I'm fixing to do. Probably not going to film it. I'll just come back and tell you exactly what we're going to do. And it's going to be a hack. It's not going to be 100% right, but it's going to be okay. So don't worry about it. Well, we've ridden the struggle bus all the way to the end of the line on this one. We are about to begin the welding process on these quarter panels, and we'll bring you in here. I'll show you what we've done real quick, where we're at. I've already gotten some stuff welded on. The drop panels in the trunk are in and welded in. We'll get in here. I'll do the best I can to show you how I did that. Hats off to these guys that do this bodywork stuff every day. It's an art, and I'm learning some stuff. I've been around it most of my life, most of my career, never done a lot of it, so I don't know. It'll be good enough for who it's for. How about that? So let me show you. All right, right here on this panel, this is one of the trickier spots I had. This panel right here, you see I got some self-tappers in it, okay? Well, on the rail that's attached to this lower quarter panel right there, I have a piece of angle iron, and I glued it and screwed it down to the top of that so that when I came in with the panel, I'd have somewhere to attach it to. I put adhesive on it, I pulled it in place, and we're going to call it good. There was not anywhere for me to be able to weld because this panel was rusty, and that edge that I would have had to weld with was gone. And putting another edge on it, just not, you know, it's just so rusty on the backside, I didn't consider it worth it. Also, you can see the adhesive is kind of oozed out there a little bit. It's paintable. I ain't real worried about it. But I put a self-tapper there to kind of hold that wheel well where it's supposed to be. And got a little ooze out on some glue, which is fine. And I've got 9,000 clamps. Well, I don't have that many. I've got a few self-tappers down through there, and I've got a bunch of clamps to hold that in place while the adhesive dries. And probably going to take and eventually put a few more self-tappers along that ledge just for added insurance. Walking around the car, the only self-tapper you'll be able to see is that one. I'm thinking I may grind the heads off of these. I don't know yet. We'll see. Just, you know, I don't know. This is a change by the minute experiment. My biggest concern is this top ledge right here that I'm about to start welding. I'm going to do the cut and butt method. Got to get it pushed up there and get enough of it cut away that I can get it in flush and start tacking it in place. I'm going to drag my old air hose over here, and we're going to do the weld, hit it with air, weld, hit it with air, and just march our way right down this panel. Nice and slow, not going to get carried away. Probably going to space my spot welds out 2 or 3 inches a piece, and just ease on down the panel and just try to get it attached at the top. And we can come back once I have that done all the way down. Then we can come back and slowly start filling it in. But my main concern is getting it attached today. So wish me luck, and here in just a few minutes you'll know if I was successful or if this is going to be a crash and burn. Well, it is UGLY. Ugly. It is ugly. I will tell you that. But it is also ATTACHED attached. So it's on the car. I have got to go back, of course, and I've got to close in all these tack welds. Probably not going to do that today. We're running out of daylight yet again. But the quarter panel is on it. I also need to go underneath and attach the bottom edge to the drop panel from the trunk and call that done. Let's just say I learned a lot along the way. This is my first time to do a panel or a piece patch in a car on an exterior. It's not great. But, you know, this is a 61-year-old car that is rusty, crusty, ratty. Compared to what we had before, it's beautiful. Seeing as how we had Bluetooth quarter panels before, this will do. A lot of the ugly we'll be able to cover up with some Bondo, and will it get on down the road? I think so. So let me get under here and get to attaching this crap underneath and try to do some spot welding down there. I'm going to do plug welding underneath on that, just like I did around the top on the drop panel. Don't think I ever got under there and showed y'all that, but I got a whole other side to do over there. I can show you what I did. It's a little dark under there now, or I just poke a camera under there and show you. But I put about, I don't know, 20 or so plug welds across it and joined it. So, and we've got some more work to do back here. Man who made the drop panels made them perfectly, but we're going to have to talk to the man who made the templates for the man to make the panels, because the man that made the templates is sitting right here. So we're going to have a little conversation with him, because he should have made them a little different and the panels would have been perfect. As it is, now it's on me to try to make the panels work, which they'll work. Just makes my life a little harder. I've got to add to it out on the end. So, all right, let me get to work. Here we are. I just want to get in here and I want to show you what we didn't show you yesterday. We are on the driver's side today. This panel fitment is going to be just a slightly bit different, but the same principle is going to go for down here where I bolted in some angle iron, and I wanted to show you that. All right, so this is the area just behind the door, and this is your angle iron right here. And this is what I was talking about in yesterday's video. These pieces, of course, are painted and primed and painted, so you know, help maybe slow down the rust. And I took and put a little bit of glue under them on the other side. I'm doing a dry fit on this panel so I can see if I need to cut or whatever I need to do to this panel before I actually start welding and start applying the adhesive. You need to have this panel fitting as best you can before, and have everything kind of ready to go before you start squirting off that glue, because once it comes out, you've only got just a handful of minutes. So you got to get everything clamped and set, because that glue will dry. Adhesive will start kicking off really quick. So you don't want to be screwing around trying to trim on a panel that's got adhesive on it. So, well, we didn't do a whole lot more videoing and such. We got it done. There it is. We got her tacked in place, and it is like the other side, ugly. And we've got a lot more spot welding, tack welding to do. But there it is, the old 64. It's got quarter panels on it again, and it also means that it has a trunk now, and that you can put stuff back there and you don't have to worry about it falling out and coming out on the road. Well, we carried it out for a little road test a little while ago. It's trying to get a little warm. It has me concerned that it's not going to run cool enough for cruising the coast. It's yet to be seen. We're going to put some miles on it, taking it to work in the morning to see how it does, putting it out on the interstate. So let's give her a bath.